You know that feeling, right? You open up a massive spreadsheet, and you're just hit with this wall of data, and you feel completely overwhelmed. Well, if that's you, this is going to be super helpful. Today, we're diving into two absolutely key features in Microsoft Access, Forms and Reports, that can take that data chaos and turn it into a really powerful, user-friendly tool.
We've all been there. A giant grid of raw data. It's just so dense, it's intimidating. And trying to find one specific piece of information, or heaven forbid add something new without messing everything up, it feels almost impossible. The answers you're looking for, they're in there, but they're just buried under this mountain of complexity.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How do we take this wall of numbers and text and transform it into something that's clean, intuitive, and, genuinely useful? Well, it all starts with finding a better way to get information in and a much better way to get insights out.
Okay, so first things first, let's tackle getting the data in. This is where we meet the first hero of our story, the Access form. Think of it as the friendly, welcoming front door for all your data.
So what is a form, really? It's basically this polished interface that you build to sit on top of your tables. So instead of swimming in that chaotic grid, you get to interact with your data through this clean, organized layout. It really is the front door to your database, and it's designed to be easy to use for everyone.
And the payoff for using a form, it's immediate. Your errors are going to drop dramatically because you're just focused on one record at a time. It makes it so much harder to accidentally edit the wrong row. Plus, you can pull in related data from other tables all under one screen, and you can even make it look just like a paper document your team is already used to. It's all about control and familiarity.
Now, Access gives you two pretty common ways to structure form. The first is a stacked layout. This is perfect for detailed data entry because it shows you all the fields for just one record, like a single customer profile. On the other hand, you have a tabular layout, which looks a lot more like a spreadsheet. It shows you multiple records at once, which is fantastic for getting a quick overview.
Oh, and this is super important to know. You can work with your forms in different modes or views, depending on what you're trying to do. Form view is what the end user sees. It's for data entry, plain and simple. Layout view, that's like the designer's workshop. You can tweak the look and feel while seeing your live data right there. And then there's design view. That's the engine room, giving you deep, granular control over every single little thing.
Okay, so we've got a fantastic way to get data in. But what about getting meaningful information out? Well, that brings us to our second hero, reports. See, unlike a form, which is all about interacting with your data, a report is all about presentation. Its whole job is to take your raw data and organize it into a polished, professional document that's easy to read, easy to analyze, and easy to share with other people, whether you're looking at it on a screen or printing it out.
And we're not just talking about a simple printout here. Reports are incredibly versatile. You can add professional formatting, your company logo, and, this is the really powerful part, you can perform calculations right inside the report. It can automatically give you sums, averages, and all kinds of summaries. This is the moment your data really starts to become knowledge.
And just like with forms, Access gives you different tools to create reports depending on what you need. The report tool is all about speed. One click, and you've got a basic report. The report wizard is a great middle ground. It walks you through a few questions to build a more customized report. No real expertise needed. And then, of course, you've got design view, which gives you complete creative freedom for the whole shebang.
So now we have the tools. But how do we actually use them to make our data tell a story? This is where the real magic happens.
This one concept, grouping, is probably one of the most powerful features for telling that story. Instead of just listing row after row after row, grouping lets you bundle similar records together. And that is the key to unlocking patterns and creating summaries that show you what's really going on.
Let's make this real. Imagine you have a table with hundreds of products. By grouping all those products by brand, and then asking the report to calculate the average price within each brand's group, you've instantly turned a flat, boring list into some powerful business intelligence. You can see at a glance which brands are premium and which ones are budget.
And boom, a simple chart like this, which you can get right from your report, tells a story that would have taken you hours to piece together from a raw data table. The insight is immediate, it's clear, and it's actionable. This is exactly what we mean when we say we're turning data into answers.
So let's just bring it all home. We started out with this overwhelming mess of raw data, but now we have the tools to really establish some order. I mean, here's the entire transformation in a nutshell.
We went from the chaos of a raw data table, which is hard to use and nearly impossible to analyze, to a state of complete control. We now have a clean form for accurate data entry and a professional report that gives us clear, actionable insights. We've built a user-friendly system around our data.
At the end of the day, forms and reports are so much more than just features. They're the tools that let you shape your data, control it, and ultimately make it speak. So the only question left is, what story will your data tell?